So how much income do you need to be earning to be able to qualify to purchase a $535,000 home in Maryland in 2025? Today, we're in Prince George's County. We're going to be touring this newer home, and we're going to break down the mortgage payments and see exactly how much you need to be earning to be able to qualify to buy a home at this price. Now, this home is not brand new construction. It's only a few years old, but it still has that modern feel. So I'm also going to be talking about if there's any benefit in it for you to buy a home that's only a few years old, or are you better off just buying brand new construction that nobody else has lived in? Let's get out there. Okay, so if you were curious enough to click on this video, I'm assuming that's because you're interested in DC, Maryland, and Virginia real estate, whether that be buying or selling a home. My name is Bashir, and I have the privilege of assisting individuals and families with buying or selling real estate in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. So if you have plans on buying or selling a home in the near or distant future, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to help you out. All my contact details are below in the description. Call, text, or email. So today we're in Upper Marlboro in Prince George's County, specifically in the Norborn Park community. We're going to be checking out this 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, 3,000 square foot home with a 2-car garage priced at $535,000. We're going to be going over how much income you need to be making to be able to qualify for the payments on this home. And we'll talk about if there are any benefits in buying a home that's only a few years old, or should you buy new construction. So beautiful end unit home in an established neighborhood. So it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 3,000 square feet. All right, so let's tour this home. Put on these shoe covers and protect this carpet. Okay. So, as we walk into the home, we walk into this, I guess you could call this a rec room. Now, you're probably wondering where the garage is. These models of townhomes are the models where you have the garage in the back and not the front-facing garages. So as we can see out front, all we have there is visitor parking, which there's a lot of, which is a plus. Okay, we have our rec room area right here. It's electrical panel. Okay, I like that they put this, they have an enclosure for this because, you know, it blends into the rest of the wall. So we have this rec room area which is carpeted throughout. Okay. So like I mentioned, this home is barely a few years old, and it still looks brand new. This is our 2-car garage right here, which is pretty big one. Okay. So this takes us up to our living area. As we can see, we have kitchen, dining, and check this out. This is our powder room. Now, I know a lot of people complain about the powder rooms being right off the kitchen, so it's as far away as possible from the kitchen. It's right here, tucked in a corner. And this is actually a pretty good sized powder room. Okay, we got our Engineered hardwood floors. Okay, we've got the kitchen. Pretty standard finishes. Now, this is actually quartz countertops. It looks like granite, but this is not granite. This is actually quartz. Got GE appliances. Pretty large island. They've got the sound systems built into the wall. To the left here, we've got this study nook, which is quite an interesting location right off the kitchen. I'm pretty sure this was some sort of option that the buyer of this home selected back when they bought this or built the home. Okay, nice size pantry. We've got our deck right off the dining. Pretty large deck. So what I notice in this community is these homes don't have rooftop decks. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, we've got a coat closet. So let's head upstairs to the third level. Now this level is carpeted entirely. This is where we have all our bedrooms. So this is our first bedroom. See what the closet space looks like. Okay, pretty decent. So our second bedroom. Main level full bathroom, and this is our laundry area. They've got the front loading washer and dryer. Okay, we've got a linen closet right there, and this is the main bedroom. Okay. Pretty big closet. So this is how you know this home was built a few years ago, because I don't really see builders going with these sort of tubs anymore. So I've been always curious as to why builders don't build homes with these tubs anymore. Was it because they got the word that, homeowners just don't use them? If they don't use them, I don't have a tub in my place, so I can't speak to the frequency of which I use it, but I don't know, do people use these tubs? Because homes built, I would say 2020 and after, I just don't see these tubs anymore. So I'm always curious because, everything is supply and demand. So I'm pretty sure they get some feedback, the builders, as to what the consumers would or wouldn't prefer to be in the home. So okay, let's talk about these numbers. Okay, so let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, affordability and the numbers. Now, before I dive deep into the numbers of this property, quick disclaimer, I'm not a mortgage lender. However, I understand how the mortgage process works when you're trying to acquire a mortgage to purchase a home. One thing to keep in mind is mortgage lenders approve you for mortgages based on your gross income before taxes are deducted. So not because a mortgage lender approves you for a home purchase of this magnitude of $535,000 means you should purchase a home at $535,000 if the mortgage payments are going to be beyond your comfort levels. So with that being said, let's get into it. So at $535,000, let's assume the individual buying this home is using a 3% down payment. That's going to be roughly $16,000. Now, as we all know, when you're buying a home, you have two major sets of expenses, your down payment and also your closing costs, which is what a lot of people tend to overlook when saving to buy a home. So your closing costs usually run you around an extra 3%. So that's going to be another $16,000. So the total cash needed to purchase this home, if you're putting 3% down, would roughly be around $32,000. Now we're going to assume this individual has a 740 credit score and up. And right now in June of 2025, the average mortgage rate for individuals with 740 plus credit scores on a conventional loan is about 6.75%. So at a $535 acquisition price and a 6.75% mortgage rate, the principal and interest is going to be $3,366 per month. Property taxes, $581 a month. Homeowners insurance, $143. Mortgage insurance, $324. And there's a small HOA fee of $52 per month. So the total monthly mortgage for this home at this price is going to be $4,466 per month. Now, let's talk about how much income you need to be bringing in on a monthly and annual basis to be able to qualify for a home at this price point. So let's assume the individual or individuals buying this home had the three most common forms of debt: a $300 car note, a $200 credit card payment, and a $400 student loan per month. So your monthly debt besides the mortgage would be around $900 a month. So your total monthly debt obligation would be the mortgage, which is around $4,400, plus your $900 credit card, student loan, and car loan debt, which brings your total monthly debt obligation to $5,366 a month. Now, if your total monthly debt obligation is $5,366 a month, how much income do you have to be bringing in per month and per year to be able to afford that? At least in the eyes of a mortgage lender. Now, most mortgage lenders don't want your debts, including your mortgage, to be more than 40% of your gross monthly income. So all we're going to do is we're going to take that number of your total monthly debt obligation of $5,300 and divide that by 40%. So that's going to give us the required gross monthly income to qualify for this home, which is $13,415 per month before taxes. So this could be one individual earning this lump sum, or it could be two people earning around $6,700 per month each before taxes. So the required annual salary is going to be around $160,000 or about $80,000 between two people. Now, if you had zero debt, that changes the dynamic of how much you need to earn to qualify for this home, because now you would have an extra $900 per month freed up that you can allocate towards other monthly expenses. So if you had zero debt, you would only need to make around $134,000 to be able to purchase this home at the same price. Now, I did mention earlier that this home, although it's still modern and somewhat new, it's not new construction. So this home was built in 2018 by Ryan Homes. And I know these days everyone wants new construction and everybody wants to be the first person to live in their home. But, sometimes for whatever reason, it's not always possible. And a brand new home might be a little bit over your budget, or maybe you just can't find what you're looking for with the current brand new construction inventory that's out there. So let's talk about a few of the benefits of buying a home like this that's about 7 years old. So the first thing is you're still getting a modern layout, open concept, the energy efficiency, and all the features that people want in new construction without paying the premium of buying new construction. Because, let's be honest, buying a home that nobody has lived in, it's going to come at a cost. Now, the second pro of possibly buying a home that's under 10 years old is a lot of these homes might still be under some sort of warranty. You know, when you buy a brand new home, a lot of builders offer, 1, 2, 5, 10-year warranties. So seeing that this home was built in 2017 and is only 7 years old, this home is probably still under some sort of structural warranty. So if there's anything major that happens between now and the next 3 years, you're still going to be covered by some sort of builder warranty, most likely the structural warranty. Now, the third thing is when you buy new construction, sometimes you have some minor issues that come up, like, settling cracks in the drywall, which a lot of times is just a cosmetic issue. And it tends to pop up in like the third or fourth year of buying the home, right? So a lot of times the current homeowner would address these issues. So if you're buying a home that's 7 years old, like this one, all those minor issues have probably already been taken care of by the current homeowner, or even by the builder if the warranty covered those minor issues. Now, the fourth thing is the neighborhood is already established. So one of the most annoying things about buying a home or being one of the first people to buy a home in a new construction community is the constant construction noise. You're not dealing with that. The trees have grown in, the landscaping is fuller, and it's just a more aesthetically pleasing neighborhood to look at without all the potholes in the road and all the other things that you see when you're driving through a community that's in the process of being built. And lastly, a 7-year-old home like this one might have lower property taxes. Now, this is not always the case, but it is possible because the home might be assessed at a lower value as opposed to a brand new construction home in the same neighborhood. And also you have less out-of-pocket costs. I mean, little things like blinds, and even if you choose to put up any sort of fencing, all those things would have probably been done by the homeowner. And I was taking a look at the blinds on this property, on the doors and on the windows, and they look pretty brand new. So these are costs that you don't have to incur yourself. So if you're looking for a newer home that has that new construction feel without the new construction hassle of waiting to build and all the standard new construction hassle, I mean, hey, listen, a 70-year-old home might be worth looking into. So with that being said, if you're thinking about buying a home in DC, Maryland, or Virginia anytime soon, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to help you out. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next neighborhood.